It was raining hard. The night Jay Rowan disappeared. The kind of rain that falls sideways, hitting the old clapboard houses like a fist. Streetlights on Main Street flickered, casting long, nervous shadows that danced in the wind. This was Harmony Creek, a town small enough that everyone knew your business before you did. People said hello on the sidewalk. They shared gossip over coffee at the diner. They left their doors unlocked. But for all its closeness, no one saw Jay that night. Not a single soul admitted to it anyway. The storm washed the whole town clean. Jay was 22, a quiet kid with a quick smile. He worked the early shift at the Harmony Bakery, hands dusted with flour. He loved old black and white movies. He loved the smell of rain on hot asphalt. He helped his mother, Ruth, with groceries every Tuesday. He had a routine. He often walked home late, taking the long way past the old mill. That night, the storm swallowed his routine whole. He did not come back. The path he always walked was empty, slick with rain, strewn with fallen leaves. The town held its breath, waiting for a punchline that never came. When Ruth called just after midnight, it went straight to voicemail. His recorded voice, young and cheerful, felt like a ghost. She waited by the front window, then walked the rain-soaked street, calling until her voice was raw. She drove to the bakery. The lights were off. The ovens were cold. The next morning, the whispers started. They thought Jay had simply gone away. He had a little money saved. Maybe he left for that new life he talked about. Maybe he ran from a fight. Maybe he ran from a debt. But Jay had not said he would go. His worn leather jacket hung on the coat rack. His wallet, minus $20, sat on his dresser. His car was in the driveway. The police came. Detective Lane asked the usual questions, studied the lone Main Street camera. The tape showed the relentless rain and a dark, unmarked van leaving town around 1 a.m. The van did not come back. That small, insignificant detail made Ruth's blood run cold. Yeah. At first, the police treated it like a simple case. A young man gets restless. He is an adult. He is free to leave. It happens more often than people think, even in a town like Harmony Creek. But Ruth Rowan could not sleep. She could not eat. She sat in Jay's room for hours, breathing in the scent of his laundry and old books. The room was a museum of a life interrupted, a half-finished crossword puzzle, a ticket stub from a movie 2 weeks ago. She found a note tucked inside a dog-eared paperback. The note was short, jagged, written in a hurry, with a faint coffee crescent in the corner. It said, "If I am gone, do not look near the lake." It wasn't a suicide note. It felt like something else entirely. A warning, a threat, or maybe a clue left by someone who knew more than they were saying. Ruth's hands trembled. This small piece of paper changed everything. Jay hadn't just left. He was taken, or he was hiding from something terrible. The note was a map to a place she was forbidden to go. The lake was a quiet place. Old men fished, teenagers drove slow, and secrets gathered under trees. Jay had been there with friends. Did he meet someone there that night? Did someone hurt him and leave him in that cold, silent water? The lake had no answers. Only the overcast sky reflected, its secrets kept below. The note said not to look, and now everyone wanted to. Well, Lane called it strange. Could be a joke, a misdirection. Still, he bagged it, called Jay's friends, and added it to a board already aching with unsolved puzzles. Then a new fact came to light, fragile and sharp. A young woman named Lila came forward. Lila worked the late shift at the diner, pouring coffee and listening to the town's secrets. She said she and Jay had been seeing each other, in secret. They met at night, often by the lake, away from the prying eyes of Harmony Creek. Their relationship was a secret kept from everyone, even his mother. Lila looked scared. She would not speak at first, just twisting a loose thread on her sweater. Detective Lane gave her water and waited.
Then she said a name, her voice barely a whisper. She said, "It was Daniel Marks."
He was jealous. He was angry. He had a dark van, she added, just like the one on the security camera footage. The name hung in the air, heavy and dangerous. A secret relationship was one thing. A secret enemy was another. Daniel Marks was a man in his 30s, an outsider who had drifted into town a year ago. He worked at the old textile factory, kept to himself, quiet, with a temper that could flare over a spilled drink. The police brought Daniel in. He sat calm and collected. He knew Jay, had met him once at the bar. He denied everything else. Before she left, Lila added one more detail that prickled Lane's skin. Jay had been afraid that whole week, watched, followed from the bakery. He showed her a text from an unknown number. "We know. Stay out of it." He deleted it right after, as if the words could burn him. Lane got a warrant. The text was gone. A burner ghost. But his tech found a different ghost. A deleted post the night he disappeared. "I found something. I can't say more." The internet never truly forgets. Now the town had a map of secrets. A dark lake, a secret girlfriend, a ghost message, a faceless van, a man with a bad temper, and a flimsy alibi. Police chased shadows. Lane asked the public for help. Tips trickled in, some useful. Whispers about Daniel's late-night drives. Many were only chatter. Then a witness appeared. Not just any witness. Old Mrs. Cole, 90, sharp as a tack, on her porch overlooking the mill path. She liked to watch the rain with a wool blanket over her knees. She said she saw Jay that night, walking fast, head down. He was not alone. They stepped into a thick patch of fog off the lake. A moment later, only the second person stepped back out. Jay, she said, had walked into the fog and simply vanished. He went in, and he didn't come out. Lane stood where she sat, traced the sight lines, sent a team. No prints. The rain erased them. Soggy paper scraps, unreadable. A fresh cigarette butt. Jay didn't smoke. No match to Daniel either. The case grew murkier, like the fog itself. Rumors spread. Stolen bakery money. Lost in the storm. Kidnapped by the van. Others whispered he found something he shouldn't have. About the factory. The factory was the town's lifeblood. Jobs, taxes, doors shut tight at night. Could they hide a crime? Could they make a young man disappear to protect the bottom line? The word vanish is odd. It's not a police word. People do not vanish. They leave. They get lost. They are taken. They fall into water and drown. They hide. To say someone vanished is to admit the ordinary rules broke for a second. Mrs. Cole's story made people quiet. A sober, respected woman. She stated what she saw, like weather, on a rainy Tuesday night, the impossible. She wasn't going to pretend otherwise. Ruth sat with the strange note spread flat. "If I am gone, do not look near the lake." A command telling her to do nothing while every fiber screamed to do something. Section 6. The factory sent vehicle logs. Daniel used a company truck that night, not a van, a truck. Thick mud, clay, lakeweed, matching the shoreline path. He said he drove to his brother's farm to help with a flooded barn. He had a gas receipt, a sober story. Then Marco found something behind a loose brick, a hidden bag. Inside, 2 late show tickets in a city an hour away, the exact night Jay disappeared. The seats were purchased. The theater confirmed they were empty. The tickets didn't fit Daniel, didn't fit a kidnapping. They pointed to a plan, an escape. Police kept searching, pulled camera footage, checked tolls, watched the lake, dragged it twice. Nothing clear. The longer it lasted, the more neighbors looked into each other's lives. Trust in Harmony Creek began to fray. Someone said, "Cover up. Hide the truth to protect something bigger." Maybe the factory wanted Daniel gone. Maybe he was a convenient scapegoat. Maybe the factory had secrets. Detective Lane made 3 piles. He thought of 3 endings that fit most facts. 1. Jay planned to leave. Faked his disappearance to throw people off. He had the tickets and some cash. He wrote the note himself, or had a friend do it, to stop searches near where he left his car. The van was a coincidence. Mrs. Cole, just confused. 2. Jay was taken. Someone who knew the town used the storm and the van, twisted his secret with Lila to frame Daniel, and told people to avoid the lake because evidence was hidden there. 3. An accident. Jay found a list. Illegal dumping tied to the factory. Met someone, things went wrong, panic followed, a body hidden, a story staged.
Lane kept all three alive and told Ruth the simplest truth he could: we will not give up.
Then the final twist came, small and quiet, found by a child near the old mill, a damaged digital recorder. The card survived. One clip, less than a minute, two voices.
One was clearly Jay's, the other was low and rough, unknown. Jay said, "I am scared. I found the list. I know what you're doing." The other voice, calm. "You should just leave town, kid. Forget you saw it."
A sharp noise, something heavy, then only wind and rain. The recorder was partial proof, a piece, not the picture. It confirmed a secret and a fear. It gave a voice to the threat. People wanted more. A name, an ending. The clip gave a climax, not a resolution. The mystery did not end. No one was arrested. The unknown voice stayed unknown. The list was never found. The case remained open, a scar on the town. Some towns live with questions. The storm night became a legend for restless teenagers. Details changed, new horrors added. But at the core, a boy walked into the rain and never came back. Ruth kept the note in a glass box, kept the recording on her phone, planted new flowers each spring, walked past the bakery each morning. Sometimes a whiff of bread made her chest ache. Years later, Mrs. Cole passed in her sleep. Her daughter found journals. In an entry the day after Jay vanished, she wrote, "The fog was so thick. I saw the poor boy walking. I saw the other man. My old eyes played tricks on me. I think the boy fell. I think the other man ran." But when police asked, the simple story felt small. A boy who vanishes. That story people remember. A boy who trips and falls